Good morning, Bitcoin. We're still live from the Latvian Riga Baltic Honeybadger Conference. We're joined by Sven and Max. How's it going, Sven?
I'm good.
And we're told that you're from Latvia and that you got into Bitcoin very early. What's your Bitcoin story?
Basically, I started off by figuring out what the Dogecoin is. I saw the video, got inspired, went to Coinbase, figured out I can't buy it, so I asked my father to register on Coinbase. So he bought some for me. Then I started exploring into the altcoins. What happened then?
A lot happened then, I'm sure. There have been so many altcoins and so many Bitcoins and all these things. And so what are you working on right now? You said you were working on programming?
I'm working on a website in Latvian. It's about bitcoin.lv, so parbitcoin.lv. It's a website that explains the basics of Bitcoin and stuff like that in Latvian. And I was featured in a Microsoft competition. It was about digital marketing, and I got in the almost first place. I forgot which place I got. Yeah.
Maybe the runner-up, but often the runners-up do better than the people that win first place. I've seen a lot of shows in Las Vegas where it was the loser of America's Got Talent, and I like them just as much as the winner. But that's great that you're doing a local website. I know a lot of the problem with Bitcoin, I mean, I speak English and I speak to English people or whatever. We need people that speak their own language that can talk to local people, help them understand it, have the right kind of things. And like we were just talking to this guy who's a fighter, and that he could talk to the other fighters, and that, you know, you're a Latvian, you can talk to the other Latvians. We need everybody on this. Like, if you're out there and you're like, I don't know what to do about Bitcoin, get involved, start doing something, because you can speak to your people and we try to speak to our people, and if we speak to everybody together, the whole world is going to go Bitcoin, right?
Yeah. And also I've experimented with Lightning Network, which is kind of interesting. I've helped fix some bugs.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow, that's amazing, right? It's cool that you can contribute for anything, and actually, if it's quality changes, quality contributions, they will be accepted. So maybe could you go a bit more into what you changed and what you developed there?
I mean, it wasn't really. I got my funds lost and I sent them the error and basically got it fixed. Also, one thing I wanted to mention about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is basically allowed to use by any person, any race, any age. It's a global currency, so that's the main point of it.
Well, and that idea that you could fix the bug that you found is the idea of open source. I know that Richard Stallman, when he started, he was always able to edit the code. He was always able to fix it. And then one day they came along and took away his access. And he couldn't stand it because he'd see a bug, and he's a great programmer and he understands a lot of things. He could probably fix that bug. But if it's Microsoft Word, they don't want your contribution. They don't want you to fix the bug because they're a private company trying to make money. And Bitcoin and Lightning are open source projects that anyone can contribute to, high or low skill level. And if you find a bug and if you got the right skills, you can fix it, right?
Yeah. That's what I meant by the any race, any age, any person can do it.
And it's great that you don't have to start out as an expert in program. No one's born and just a programmer. They do a lot of study, they do a lot of work, and just like we were talking about, getting good at making YouTube videos, getting good at making hedge funds, getting good at making anything, is that you need to just practice and you just need to dedicate yourself to it. And there's this thing I read about Van Gogh last year when I was in Amsterdam, and Van Gogh said, if you want to be an artist, you have to dedicate yourself to it. You have to be an artist. You have to make art every day. He, of course, was broke, and if it wasn't for his brother, he never would have made any art because he was basically funding him and doing all the business work. And that if you want to do it, you have to dedicate yourself and do it every day.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And the beautiful thing with Bitcoin is that it has exponential growth in many aspects, including your understanding of it. So if you dedicate just a small portion of your day into doing research, into acquiring additional information, and sitting down and trying to understand it, and you do that every single day for a long time, you're going to get exponentially more knowledgeable about this. And this is what Bitcoin is fundamentally all about. It's about you understanding it and you using it.
Yeah, I agree.
And Sven, where can people learn more about your work, and especially this Latvian Bitcoin website?
The website's called parbitcoin.lv. My GitHub username is Heldex, so you can look there as well.
Well, that's great. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you too.